Okay, what I've got here today is a new bundle that's going to be released in April. Now, this bundle is called the Ornate Garden Suite. It's quite a beautiful suite. The colours are quite strong and very natural, so a lot of natural tonings in it. It has two wonderful stamp sets and two beautiful sets of dies. So just let me show you those stamp sets. So the first one is the Ornate Style, which is a cling stamp set, which has got these beautiful florals and a single flower or daisy there, and some lovely flourishes in a stamp that you can use on cards. So that's all in a cling. The other one that comes in is the Ornate Thanks, which is a photopolymer set, which we have thankful or thank you, so grateful, and thanks as the main ones. Sorry, there's a bit of glare on that. Sorry about that. And then we have the scripted sayings that go with it. So some of those sayings are from the bottom of my heart. Your kindness is so loved. And so here's a card. So you can match those up with any of those main sayings there. You can also use some of these on their own. Like you made my day. That's a good one to use without having to use thankful or so grateful or thanks. So they're the two stamp sets. It also comes with two beautiful sets of dies. So with the, let me go make sure I get the right ones. With the Ornate Thanks, you can get these dies, and these are just beautiful. I love the dies. It's what really attracted me to this suite. And the Boss. So you've got all these beautiful, very ornate dies. Suits the title of the script. You've got these beautiful florals. Now I do have one of them pre-cut out over here. Just let me grab that. So this one here is a beautiful floral, but this is what you can do with it. So it only cuts one edge, but you do have this extra piece here which lays down next to that, and you can cut if you like. So what I've done on this piece here, I've actually cut the floral out along there. Actually, I've got that run the wrong way, that side there. And then I used this little edge here and cut that edge there. There is another edge one, which is this one here, which I've used on another card recently. Unfortunately, I don't have it here to show you. And that's wonderful too with that. It comes with two other floral pieces. Again, this one here, I think I haven't used it yet, but I think it cuts out one side and leaves the other side attached. And this one here cuts out the whole lot. Then you have some tiny weeny little pieces in here, which are three little flowers, which you can cut out as well. So that's one part of this set. Now just let me pop those to a side, and I can show you the other one that comes. And you can purchase the stamp set and the dies together and get 10% off, or purchase them individually, or purchase the whole lot as a suite. So this one here is the Ornate Layering dies, and if you really love like lace edges, these are just stunning. And we're actually going to use one of these tonight. So you've got this beautiful edge there. You've got this one as well. These ones, and you can layer all of these up. So this one here is just a rectangular one, great for putting one of those sayings in there. Cuts the edge and leaves a stitched line as well. You've got beautiful just little cutaway pieces that can cut nice lace intricate. So if you love your laces and love layering, there's another lovely one there. Whoops, I'm hoping I'm still on here. Yep. And another little cutaway piece. Haven't played with those as yet, but the one piece I haven't showed you is the one that we're going to be playing with tonight. So let me just pop all of those away and I'll show you what else is in the suite. Whoops. Suite also includes, don't want to drop any of those, these beautiful designer series papers. Really nice and bright florals. So you've got those 6, hope you can see them all, designer series papers. And then if you flip them over, they're slightly muted and gold embossed on the other side. Well, this one here is, it's old olive with a nice gold embossing. This one here is mint macaron with gold embossing. And these two are white with your gold embossing. Both of them quite beautiful. And you could either sponge them, colour them. You'd be able to colour them with your blends. You could probably colour them with your watercolour pencils, but I probably wouldn't be adding any water to it. I'd just be using pencils. And then this, which is a smaller floral. So they're the beautiful designer series paper. It comes with an embossing folder, which is this gorgeous little floral, and we'll be using that tonight. It also comes with these beautiful ribbons, which are just lovely to use, both in the terracotta tile and old olive. And then the last product in this suite is the gilded gems. Beautiful gold gems there that go with it as well. So that's all the products in the suite. So we're going to be using some of these tonight to make a card. So let me just pop all of these to one side, because we don't need those for the moment. Pop that to one side. So the whole suite is, you can buy it all together in one piece, or you can buy individual parts of it. So if you want a copy of this, just give me a yell and I can pop a copy of this flyer to you in the mail. So then you can see it. And it looks like for some reason I have stopped. Nope, still going, sorry. Okay. So let me just pop that to one side. Now, I just want to discuss a little bit with you with what this is all about. Keep on Stampin', which is a sketch challenge that I have been running for a few weeks. I haven't done it for the last couple of weeks because we had visitors and different things happening, so I haven't done it. But I post this every Thursday on both my blog and my Facebook page, and I'll also do an example of the card we're going to do. Now, I'd love for you to give it a try. And if you do make a card, take a photo of it, go onto my business Facebook page and find the post in regards to this particular challenge, and then in the comments leave a copy of your photo, because I would love to see what you come up with. Now, most of these I started designing these last year, so I haven't sort of designed them with any particular idea or product or anything in mind. It was just, okay, let's have a go, put a few ideas together and see what we come up with. So I'm doing this challenge just as much as you would be doing it, in the fact that when I pick up this, like today, I haven't even put anything together. I've got no measurement ideas. I've just looked at this and said, okay, this is my challenge for me too. What can I come up with? So I'm just going to, I've pre-cut a few bits and pieces out here. So these are the pieces that I've decided to use for this challenge. Now there's the die cut that I didn't show you out of that pack, and I've pre-cut it already in Early Espresso. So see how beautiful that is. If I remove all those and pop that on the white, you can just see how delicate that is. Now when you cut these out, I do suggest you use your precision plate with cutting this out. I did find if I just used a regular plate, it didn't cut through properly because you've got a lot of little bits and pieces. So I do recommend that you use your precision plate to be able to get this to cut through well. And another good thing to have too is the brush, to be able to brush out all those little pieces, because you do have a lot of cutting around once you're finished. So I've pre-cut that. So that was pre-cut in this piece here. I've also pre-cut my card base. So my card base is 14.9. So 14.9, sorry, this direction. And it is 21 centimeters in the other direction. So it's a half a piece of A4 cardstock. And then I've scored it at 10.5 and folded it in half. So that's my card base in early espresso. So I'm going to have my card laying that way. I then may cut out a mat using this beautiful floral. And that's the one with the old olive on the other side with the gold embossing, but we're going to use this lovely floral here. And this card mat is cut at 14.4 centimeters by 10 centimeters. And we're going to adhere that to there. So just let me grab my glue. That to there. So I'm just going to put a little bit of, whoops, I need to clean that off a bit. We're just going to put, getting all over the place here at the moment. Okay, so we're just going to put plenty of glue onto there. That's the multi-purpose liquid glue we're using, and we're going to attach that on here. The reason why I use the multi-purpose is because I can actually move that around a little bit and make sure that that is positioned exactly where I want it to be. Okay, so that's attached nicely to there. Now, I told you before about the embossing folder. So this is the embossing folder, and it is a beautiful soft all over floral. And this is what it looks like once it's been run through. So it just gives you a beautiful, almost lacy type of look. Just a very, very small floral with a tiny little leaf, like a little trail of vine or something underneath it. So we're going to attach that to our card. Now, when you use these embossing folders, if you're using a big shot, I actually use just the single platform. And then what we're selling at the moment in our, let me see if I can find it. So I have popped it somewhere here close by. Hold on one second. No, I can't find it at the moment. We do sell a blue mat which you can run through. So these are actually thicker than the normal embossing folders. So if you run it through with your platform, your embossing folder, your cardstock, and here it is right on top. So we sell this plate, and this is particularly for your embossing folders. So that's your sandwich there. So you don't have that second plate in there. This plate here is a bit thicker, and that gives you just the right thickness to run it through your big shot. Now we do have these plates for sale at the moment in our mini catalogue, so check out the mini catalogue and have a look. I can't tell you the price of it offhand, but it is a good investment if you're still working with your big shot. So just going to pop those to one side, and we'll take that out because I've already pre-run it through, and we're going to attach this. Now I hope you all aren't being too affected by the coronavirus at the moment. It's going to make a great time for getting in and catching up with some work at home, and maybe force us a little bit to slow down. What do you think? Okay, so I'm just going to pop that in the middle because again I'm following my challenge sheet here. So I've got the dark blue is my card base, then there's a mid grey which I'm doing as my designer series paper piece. Then I have that stripe right across the middle, so that's my mint macaron embossed piece. So that's on there like that. And then this, even though I've used a square there, it's up to you. I've made mine in a bit more of a rectangle by using this lovely embossed fold die to cut that out. So that's going to sit on top of there. But now we just have a little bit of stamping to do. So somewhere here, okay, that's the piece for our insert in our card. I want to stamp on that as well. And then I have this little piece here. So I'm using Very Vanilla. So this piece here, which is going to go on the inside of our card. Oh, I didn't tell you actually what size I cut this piece. Let's just backtrack a little bit. So this piece here, I've cut that at 14.9 centimetres wide by 5 centimetres. So 14.9 by 5. Okay, so that can go on. I'll just pop that there. Our insert for our card is 14.4 by 10 centimetres, which is the same size as we cut our designer series paper. And then we have our little piece of Very Vanilla, which is 5.5 centimetres by 9 centimetres. And that is going to fit perfectly in the middle of that piece there. So because we're just working on such a small little piece, what I thought we'd use is this little daisy stamp here, and we're going to stamp in Early Espresso. So what I've got here is Early Espresso, and first off what I want to do is just stamp one on my insert for my card, and then I'm going to ink up my stamp again. I'm going to stamp off because I just want this to be quite light, and I'm going to stamp one there, ink up, stamp off, and then slightly at an angle stamp the second one there. So I've just got 2 daisies on there. So I can pop that now just to one side for the moment. On my little tablet here, it looks like I keep freezing up every now and then, so I'm hoping you're catching all of this. So now we're going to colour this in a little bit. So the colours I've chosen are Rococo Rose. It's not actually one of the coordinating colours, but I just thought that in this designer series paper that to me looked like Rococo Rose. And then we're going to use the Terracotta Tile, a little bit of Mango Melody for the centre of our flowers, and some Old Olive for our leaves. What we're going to do is we're going to use a dauber to sponge these. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm just going to ink up my dauber, so I hope you can see. Let's get back into screen. I'm going to ink off, take a little bit of the colour off my dauber, and then just very gently sponge around the outside. Now I'm just sort of tapping that down. I just want this fairly soft. I don't want too much colour because there's a lot of colour in the background. So I just want to give a bit of a hint of colour, and I'm not worrying about going over the edges. So that is our Rococo Rose. The next colour was Terracotta Tile. The daubers come in packs of 5, and again you can find those in the catalogue and on my online store. My online store is at michelledutrissa.stampingup.net, so you can go there and go to shop now and you'll find all these products there, though the Ornate won't be there until the 1st of April. So if you're wanting this one, you have to wait for a little while. And if you don't want to wait, why not just join my team? So you can join now and put this as part of your products when you purchase for joining. So you get something like, I can't quite remember, $230 for $169, something like that. If you're interested, just let me know and I can actually get the correct prices for you and have a chat with you about becoming part of the Stampin' Up family. And I can tell you now, it's a wonderful family to be in. Okay, so Mango Melody, I'm just going to put in, just tap that into the centre. beautiful, nice orangey colour. So as I said, I'm not worrying too much about staying within the lines. It doesn't really matter. This is the sort of colouring I really tend to like, because if I go outside the lines, who cares? Okay, so again, we've got the old olive, and we're just going to very gently, and I'm just using the side of my dauber. I might just take a little bit off actually, and I'm just going to take that colour just gently, a bit more there, just tap a bit off, just going up those leaves. So there we go, we've got two beautiful softly coloured daisies. Okay, so let's pop all that to the side. But we need something more on that. We need some sentiments. Oh, let me just grab what I've got here. So remember the sentiments of a photopolymer. So what we do need first is our foam mat. Now I use the foam mat that comes with the Stamparatus, because I sort of figure if it's in the Stamparatus to be used with the Stamparatus, it's still good to be used outside the Stamparatus. And you can purchase it separately in the catalogue without the Stamparatus. So what I'm doing is I'm just lining these up where I want them to go. Let me just grab so I'm putting thanks on there, and then I'm going to put my sentiment just on the other side, just so it's a little bit balanced. Lining that one up where I want it to go, and I'm going to bring my block straight down on top. Okay. So I'm going to grab the Early Espresso again. Hi Shelley, how are you? Hi Glenda. Hi Vicky. Okay, so we're just going to ink these up. Make sure we've got good coverage of ink on there. Line that up so it's nice and straight. Okay, I've only got one chance of getting this right, so let's see if we can do it. Okay, I hope I haven't got my head in the road. Down, just hold it down there for a few seconds. Being a photopolymer, you need the mat underneath it just to give that little bit of extra padding, because the photopolymer tends to be a hard stamp. Beautiful. So thanks for all you do. I think at the moment this would be a great card to give to somebody who's working in the shops or in the hospitals, you know, that's out there helping all these people, because I know the shopkeepers are doing a fantastic job. It is so hard. I mean, I've worked retail. I know what it can be like. And it's so hard when people aren't understanding of what maybe you're going through as a shop assistant. So sometimes it's nice to say thank you. So anyway, that's going to sit on there beautifully. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on the back of this. I might have to start up a new bottle soon. Okay, so I'm just going to pop a bit there, line it up, and that will just fit just on the inside there. So once I'm happy with that, I'm going to grab some dimensionals. Now I did put them close by earlier. There we go. If you could see my desk. I think this is the only clean spot. I tend to work in a little cave of, I don't know whether you call it busyness or untidiness. Maybe it's both. I'm usually sewing all day on the desk behind me with the computer going, and then everything gets chucked over here until I get a chance to clean up. Okay, so I'm just going to pop 6 dimensionals on top of that. Take off those backings. As I said, what really drew me to this suite was actually all the dies. I just think the dies are magnificent. But I must say, I think the papers are starting to grow on me. I'm starting to like them more and more, which is always the way, I think. Okay then, so we're going to pop that down on. So what do you think? Maybe we just need a little bit of bling. So where did I put? Okay, I know I put them in a safe spot, and I only had them a few minutes ago. There they are. See, I told you I'm always working a mess. I'm always looking for everything. Okay, so let's just pop a few little... Oh, thanks for the hearts, guys. It's always nice to get a few little hearts. Here, I'll use these. So I'm just going to use... See if I can get these off easily, because I don't have a pair of scissors. Let's pop a couple of these. So we might pop one here. Remember, if you work in a triangle, you can highlight what you want to be seen, because your eyes actually will follow the line of a triangle. So I'm going to pop a big one there. Well, it's not the biggest one, it's the medium one. I'm going to do another, probably another small one. So when we look at something, our eyes will follow. Our eyes will actually naturally follow that triangle. So whatever within that triangle is what we're going to see. So by putting in a triangle, we're actually making our thanks being predominant. That's just a little bit of something that I learned a few years back when I used to do a lot of scrapbooking. Okay, we've got one more piece to put in. Almost forgot this bit. I wonder if I've got enough terracotta tile on this just to be able to quickly add a little bit of colour. Yep. Why waste the ink that's on our daubers? We don't need too much, just a little bit. Got to get that little bit of colour. It's beautiful, isn't it? Okay. Let's open our card. Pop that on the inside. Now I always line up my longer edges. I always find it a lot easier to line everything up when I follow the longer side. Get rid of that little bit of something. And there's our card. And that is, I think that looks great. I hope you guys do too. But as I said, that's using this new Ornate Garden Suite bundle, which will be available from the 1st of April to the 31st of May. And then it might be returning a little bit later on in our annual catalogue. We'll have to wait and see. Also, tonight I've used one of my Keep On Stampin' sketches. I will post this tomorrow with my card. So if you want to participate with me in my sketch challenge, I'd love you to. As I said, just post it in, put a photo of it into the comments underneath the sketch. And if you pop it onto your blog or onto your Facebook page, just give a hashtag. Hashtag is usually KOS hashtag 7 or KOS 7. So hashtag KOS 7. And hopefully I'll find it and see it. And I'd love to make a comment on your cards. So thank you very much for joining me tonight. Remember, this product is going to be available for you to purchase on the 1st of April. If you want to get it before then give me a ring or contact me through Facebook and I'll get back to you. And we'll have a bit of a chat about joining up and all the benefits you get from joining Stamping Up, like their 20% discount on your orders. So give me a call if you're interested in that. Otherwise, have a lovely week. Keep healthy, which I think is quite important at the moment, and let's enjoy this time. Sorry, I've got a bit of a frog in the throat. Enjoy this time that even though we might have to stay in our homes a little bit more, we can craft and have a bit of fun. So take care. Have a nice evening. Bye for now.